Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my transformation video for X-Transbots MX-24 Yaguchi, their version of the Omnibot Downshift. So, without any further ado, let's get right to it. Alright, so there isn't really much to him in the vehicle mode. We've gone over everything, so let's go ahead and get him transformed into robot mode. So, a few different ways we can get started here, but let's go ahead and pull these panels down first. And then at the bottom of the rocker panel here, there's a tab that goes in to those feet. Go ahead and pull out a little bit to separate it. Do that for both sides. All right, see there's the slot. Tab is, yep, right there and there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and open the doors on both sides. Okay, now you want to take, the windshield is tabbed into the hood, so you want to just push down on the hood to untab it, and then stretch out the thighs. All right. Separate the legs, there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and untab the rear quarter from the doors. So there's a tab in here that goes forward into a slot in these. So one thing I found that helps with that is if you just separate this rear quarter, it gives you some flex because of that double joint that it's on. There you go. I'm sorry, post is here and the port is there, but yeah, you see it. There you go. Okay, now I'm going to bring these doors down. I want these squares out of the way. These little cover pieces, because I need to get the waste out. So what I do is I rotate it. I rotate the legs as I bring them out. There we go. Try and put as little stress on everything as possible. Okay. So now let's go ahead and do his feet. So go ahead and untab the fenders from the hood. Just a single tab. Bring that down. Do that on both sides. Then you come back here, you flip this panel up. Bring it forward. You've got a slot here that's going into a tab here. See if the camera will pick it up. There's the tab, and there's kind of the slot. So you just bring that up, around, make a little box. And then you've got a tab here for a slot right there. You just plug that in. And that is it for his feet. Moving on to the upper body. So I'm going to go ahead and bring these back just so they're out of the way. Fold these little filler pieces out from inside the chest. They don't really do much, but they are there. All right. Just helps complete the look with that window. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take the arms out. And just bring them down. And the arms have a tab up here that tabs into the window. So that's really the only thing you should have to disconnect once you've got these quarters out of the way. And go ahead and rotate them 180. You want the slanted part of the shoulder facing down. And now we're going to lift up on the windshield and these two struts, and we need to pull this back. And this is something that I've not seen anybody else do yet. I see it in pictures, and I'll see it like when they skip ahead to the robot mode in their video, but I haven't seen anybody actually show it yet. Maybe I just missed it. So you slide this slider out, right? There you go. You've got these two pieces. Well, it actually has a detent. Let me show you here. See, I got one by accident, I think. I'm going to slide his head forward too. We're going to need to do that anyway. Let me see if I can angle this in a way that I can show you. There we go. So you look right in there and you can see that channel for the pin has a little tab in there, a little slot detent. You're supposed to pull this all the way back until it clicks into place. And at that point, it's nice and stable. It's going to make a little bit of a difference. All right, so now that that's done, we'll go ahead and get these shoulder blasters out. They are also just tabbed into these tiny little tabs right there. Go ahead and push them forward, just like the missiles on the door. Now I'm going to bring the arms down just to get them out of my way. So let's go ahead and fold that forearm panel around on both sides. The quarter panel here, it does tab in. You've got a slot right here. That's going to go into a slot right here. And you don't have to tab it in if you don't want to, but I do. And then you just fold that back. So go ahead and do that on both sides. Fold that piece in. There we go. All right, so now I've got my arms somewhat out of the way. I'm going to take this and just fold it up on top of the roof. It doesn't tab in, it just rests there. And now with this, we have this double joint right here, and you want that facing straight back. Let's go ahead and get that angled backwards. All right, so I got something like that. Now what we're going to do is we've got this tab on that center piece that's going to go into this center slot. There you go. And then these two tabs on the bumpers that are going to go into the slots in the doors. So we're going to roll all of this back. And with it locked in on those sliders, it's only going to go one way, because we've taken out a lot of the movement. So go ahead and tab it into the doors first. I feel like that makes life a little easier. And then you can angle things back until you can get it tabbed into that center connection. There we go. I think I've got it. All right, let me adjust things a little bit. Go ahead and rotate the hands 180 degrees. And go ahead and position things however you want, because that is it. Transformation is complete. There is Yaguchi, A.K.A. Downshift, in his robot mode. And then just go ahead and unfold his hands if you want. But anyway, let's get back to vehicle mode. So we'll just fold his hands back in. If you did unfold them, probably did. Go ahead and rotate his hands 180. And let's see here. So let's go ahead and start by untabbing the back, bringing it up, slide the head back on that slider. Go ahead and close these blasters, or slide them back, I should say. There we go. And you can fold those in. Again, they've got a small slot here that goes into the vertical tab there. All right. Now bring the doors 180. Unfold the glass, the window, and then separate the quarter panel from the arm if you did tab it in. If not, then just stretch out that double joint so that you have some space. All right, so it's nice and stretched out. Then you're going to flip around these forearm cover pieces. Fold the arms down. You've got that double joint, so fold them all the way flat. And now you want to go ahead and raise them back up. Make sure that this whole bit is all the way forward. And there we go. Just raise them up. And you want to slide all of this forward so that you can tab those in. Whoops. Come on, come on. There it is. And then again, it's got detents at the front to click into place. So there's one. All right, I think I got them. Extend that out. Now you can get the arms tabbed in. Remember, you've got the slot back here. Let's see. Okay, there you go. You can see it. This slot right here for this tab right here on the arm. Right here. All right. I know the camera's not picking it up well, but trust me, it is there. There we go. Tabbed in. And then we'll go ahead and fold in these two filler pieces back into the fake chest cavity. I'll go ahead and fold the blocks out of the feet and rotate the feet down, close them up. Now this joint for me is a little stiffer than this joint. So is what I do is really just compress it all and then tab it into the side. See how easy that was? Yeah, this one doesn't want to be that easy. There we go. All right, and now is what we got to do is we got to rotate this back underneath. And again, make sure that the square cover pieces of these doors are out of the way as best they can. For me, this joint is stiff where the hips are at, so it's a little bit of an ordeal to do this anyway, so I don't need those doors in my way making things worse. I will say though, it's tight, but it's not tight enough that I think it's going to break. And also, because it is the thighs, I would rather have it about as tight as it is now instead of loose and floppy. So there we go. Now make sure your thighs are straightened out. Tab the, well here, stretch out the feet, the blocks for the feet, and fold these panels down. Then you can tab the front halves of the car together. There we go. Slide the knees into the feet all the way until they stop. Then you've got your tab right there for the window that goes into the slots on the back of the hood. Go ahead and plug that in. All right, we are in the home stretch. So now, again, we've got the post and port here and the door rocker, so go ahead and get that plugged in on both sides. And you can use the double joint on these rear quarters and get them tabbed in pretty much at the same time. All right. And those quarters are really good at relocating themselves. You have a couple tabs and slots on each side. All right, and now we're going to bring these panels down. Oh. Make sure that these flat squares, these chest cover pieces, are sitting flush. They should be down as far as they'll go. And then you can bring these down, and you've got that same tab and slot. Go ahead and get those plugged in. It might help if you lift up on this panel a little bit until you get this close, and then you can rotate this panel while you're pushing down on this, and it'll seat itself. Make sure you get your doors fully plugged in by this point, if they aren't already. Why is this door fighting me? There we go. And there you go. Just had some tab that wasn't quite in the right slot. But there you go. There is your underside. Side shot. Top. Everything's all nice and closed up. And he rolls. And then, of course, you can lift this up, put the gun in there normal if you want him shooting, or you just fold it up. Something like that. Make sure you give a little bit of an angle on the barrel there, because as you put it in here, it's going to roll backwards. There you go. There is the transformation for X-Transbots Yaguchi. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If it helped at least one of you, then it was well worth it on my end. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.